Welcome to Momentum Investing, property investing made easy. One of the world's top podcasts on property investing, bringing you the top experts in the field so you can learn firsthand what it takes to create passive income and take control over your financial future.
Welcome to the Momentum Investing Podcast. Have you ever wondered if it actually is possible to become financially free through property without starting out with a lot of money? Well, today we learn from one of Momentum Property Education's own mentorship students, George Drumev, who's come from building his business together with his wife, Ivayla, with really no starting capital. They've been able to raise money and do a strategy called rent to rents, where they rent a property and rent it out. They've used this strategy to an amazing effect and scaled their business incredibly well, getting to a level where they've actually been able to rent and re-rent a hotel. That is giving them an incredible profit and has allowed them to reach levels that honestly I never thought one of our students would be able to do in their first year. In this episode, they share exactly how they've gone about this, how they've done this, and how they've been able to succeed so well in such a short period of time. So I hope you look forward to this episode. My name is Daniel Wood. I am one of the founders of Momentum Property Education and your host for today's episode of the Momentum Investing Podcast. Please make sure you subscribe to the podcast. You can do that so you get updates on every single coming episode. We got a lot of exciting ones coming, so make sure you subscribe. Now, let's hear directly from George how they've been able to build such an amazing portfolio in such a short amount of time. Welcome to the Momentum Investing Podcast. I am super excited to be here with one of our students, George Drumev, who's had an amazing journey. George, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you. I'm so glad to be, part of your community, part of today's podcast. So it's beautiful. It's like, I'm glad. I'm very happy that I know you. I just say that for beginning.
Thanks, I really appreciate that. And I have to say, the journey you've started and I've been on so far is an inspiration. You are totally smashing it. We were talking a little before the call about how many deals you've done. We're not going to share that yet. So I want you to share kind of the start of your journey. What was it that got you, what were you doing before you were in property? What got you to actually start?
I'm from Sweden, Uppsala. So our family business is electrical business. I'm an electrician, and we're doing very, really well actually with our business. Me and my wife. I'm the worker. She's the paper.
Takes care of the bookkeeping and admin and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but we start thinking because it's a small company, not big company we have here. And I started thinking that I don't have so much, how you can explain, that's the business here in Sweden is too depends of me physically.
Right. So if you got sick, if you got hurt, the business goes away.
The business is just not go to zero. So all my life is gone. I mean, Goldman, we have also this insurance, but basically it's like risky business. It's beautiful, makes super good money, but it's risky. And we started to search Google, my wife, home. And somehow came Momentum Property Investments, this your education, your program. So we clicked there. There is a free event in Uppsala. Okay, well, let's go and check it out. These guys, who are they? So we went to Uppsala. We had a free event, 2 hours.
Yeah.
So you catch us directly.
I still remember you guys. You sitting there in the first row, big smiles. You guys were ready to go day one. That was awesome.
Oh, absolutely. So after 2 hours, we knew that you guys are our guys, our future partners or educator, teachers, whatever. So we directly applied to the next level. It was workshop in Stockholm, 2 days, 2 days. And then you blow our minds again with information and all this possibility. We was like, what the hell is going on? So actually, I can say you made us thinking that it is so possible to not work physically, and to have very, very good income, like passive income. You somehow open first my eyes and my wife eyes. But your first, you and Gisela and Lucas were the first guys in our lives who told us it's possible. Look at us. We have done it. You can do it. And we
And you
jumped.
guys have done it. You guys have been amazing. So thank you so much for saying that. You guys have really been incredible. Because I want to talk about now, you've specialized a lot in rent to rents here at the start of your career. That's true?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, why did you choose that strategy? Out of all the things you could do, why did you focus on rent to rent?
Yeah, because especially is this especially is that the money part,
Yeah.
the funds, because you have to have 25, 30, 40,000 pounds cash liquid to put in deal.
Yeah, and that's if you're buying with the mortgage too. That's the
Exactly.
challenge.
With
Yeah.
mortgage, yes. Otherwise,
If you're
150,000.
going to buy and refurb and sell, yeah, it's at least 100K that has to go
So
in.
I started because I have been through a few education programs property, because you have to always look around.
Yeah.
So you were the first who gave me the start, and then I found other people, like other information, and I found out like more strategies. Because it's probably in property, I don't know, maybe 30 strategies, 25 strategies, many
Oh yeah,
strategies.
you can do so many things,
Yeah.
and it's really just your creativity that sets
Yeah.
the limits. That's what's so fun about property to me, is
Exactly.
that it doesn't, like investing in stocks, that's a certain type of personality invests in stocks. But in property, it doesn't really matter what type of personality you are. You just find the strategy that you love. You being a deal maker, someone who makes things happen, rent to rent works very well. As you say, it's
Yeah.
smaller budget. You can do more deals.
Yeah.
And in the last, about 18 months, it's about 18 months since you guys started out.
Exactly.
And you've done how many deals now?
I have 16 units in Sheffield.
That's amazing. That's about one a month since literally the day you started. That's incredible.
It's amazing, because I found out that strategy, rent to rent, is like easier to start with, but not the best one. It's like a temporary, the beginning, just just to keep going, to get starting.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's as we say, it's rent to rent is like, it's like a flip. It just takes 2 to 3 years to actually flip the property.
Exactly.
So it's a great way to build capital, but it doesn't actually, because that's where a lot of people misunderstand rent to rents. They see, with 15, 16 units, you got probably, well, I'm sure maybe 8,000 pounds a month coming in.
Yeah.
But a lot of people misunderstand and see, wow, I got 8,000 a month. I can quit my job. I'm free. I'm making this money.
Maybe not really. Yes.
No, because in 2, 3 years, that income is gone.
Yeah.
But it does mean that you can now buy a property every about 4 or 5 months with that income.
The thing is with rent to rent that just because I do that now, because we have 2-3 years contract for this like lease or rent to rent contract with all the landlords. So when this time is like going slowly, while this time is going, we'll learn a lot, around about the other strategies, and which one to pick later on. So
Very cool.
I love this strategy. I love it.
And I know you've done, you haven't just done rent to rent on small units. You've done a big deal as well. I believe you've got a hotel that you're running.
Yes, Sheffield, absolutely.
Yeah. So tell me about that. How did that happen?
Yeah, that because I went to Sheffield to meet some people there, and I met a woman, and she was letting agent. It was on a network, like a small event with property investors. So I met her, and she was from Sheffield, and she got letting agency, and she has also property management company same time.
Right.
And she started talking. I have many, hit like here and there, many properties, landlords giving me. So I started asking, but okay, what do you have? So we spent one day. She just drove me around Sheffield and showed me all the properties she has, and that's how I found this hotel. It's like 15 apartments, every apartment has his own kitchen and like apartments, really, not like
right.
wood.
So it's like self-contained flats, but run as a hotel.
Exactly. So then suddenly I asked her, okay, do you want to be joint venture with me? So we become partners. We put together money inside, just started, and with improvements and stuff, and now it's running like crazy. Even in COVID time, is full booked 99%.
That's awesome. That's
Like
awesome.
every single day, it's booked, full book, full book,
Right.
full
And
book.
so you've done that, you've done like 14 more deals. I mean, you're running. So now the question is, obviously you're still in Sweden. You haven't moved to the UK to do this. So
No.
now I know everyone listening is saying, how are you actually pulling this off, George? Where are you finding these deals?
Magic. I'm a magician.
Exactly. It's just magic. Yeah, it's law of attraction. You just sit there and meditate and they just come to you. No,
Well,
what's going on?
the most difficult part is to find the right joint venture, the right management company, the right partner. This is the challenge, the
Right.
biggest challenge, because
Yep.
before this girl we have now this company, we had very very dumb company, and then we lost money. We lost money because they were lying us like, yeah, we have 55% occupancy, 60. We had full.
Right. And they were just stealing the money.
Yes, stealing the money.
Oh, that's horrible.
So,
Yeah, this is what I always warn about, right? Throughout the mentorship and throughout everything, we're saying people can be horrible in this business. But all right, so you then found this woman and other. How do you find your joint venture partners? Let's start there. How do you find the good ones?
you have to meet them first, talk with them, click with them, and try.
Yeah.
You must.
So how do you find them in the first place? Because I think that's where a lot of people get stuck. I mean, you're a natural networker. You just go into the room with your huge smile, and then you're all of a sudden best friends with everyone. But how do you go about finding them in the first place?
Finding them. So the best place is property events. And now because it's COVID and all this stuff, so I attend many online events, property, most English event, not Swedish here, not in Sweden, but from England.
With local Brits, because you're looking for local joint venture partners.
So I can say maybe I attend one event per month approximately. So I meet maybe 100 people. You start talking. Okay, I'm doing HMO, I'm doing rent to rent. Okay, I'm doing this. So just by talking, you kind of click with people, same mentality, same vibrations. You just click with people and try them. Just try 1 to 3 months, how everything's going, money, transfers, thinking. So you just find your people. You find.
So a lot of it, you're trusting your instincts to see this is a good person and this is not.
You must trust. Without trust, you go nowhere. I think.
And that's really good. I mean, your instincts are so powerful. That is honestly, that's what we've seen when me and Gisela have had poor partnerships. We've always been able to go back and look at it together and say, well, one or both of us had a bad, negative, gut instinct about this person. But, for some reason we did it anyway. And it always came back to bite us. So that's really good. You're trusting your gut instinct.
You trust it. Sometimes you're wrong. Sometimes you're right. You have to. But that I can say all this. The best part to make a mistake is to learn.
Yeah.
This is the best teacher. There is no person in the world who can teach you few things. I mean, things which you can learn by yourself. I mean, failing.
Yeah.
So the best.
And so essentially what you're doing now is you've been able to partner with amazing people in the UK that you found through these networking events. They then start bringing you deals. And how have you been able, because I know you did not start with, 10 million krona or, you started out really from scratch and did this by your hard work. How have you been able to finance 15 deals in 18 months, including a hotel? Yes, they are rent to rents, but how have you found all that money?
Actually, few of them is joint ventures, a lot of people, few of them. And
right, where you brought on a joint venture where someone else pays for
exactly
the deal.
Like you explained the first time I met you in Uppsala, like you explained, you find the deal and find the people with a little bit money. So we go together. I bring deal, they bring the money, and we go together 50-50. That's the main.
And the best thing is you're not even the one bringing the deal. You got a partner in the UK, right?
Absolutely.
So your partner in the UK brings the deal, someone else brings the money, and you're there in the middle and you take your cut.
All right. That I learned from you. First time I met you, that was my.
You're like, now it's fun. Yeah.
No, every time I meet you guys in some workshop, I learn so much because when you're open to learn, you always hear something different than first time, the time before. So it's learning process. I'm still learning a lot every day about properties. So it's still learning process, but This is the way. You have to listen what the mentor says and just copy it. So easy.
Yeah, if you got the right mentor, then usually that works. I have some good news for you as well, by the way. We have just signed, and for everyone listening, this might be a couple weeks old news now, but we've just signed the agreement with the crowdfunding platform, Max Crowdfund. So we can now officially start financing your deals.
Oh,
Yes, so you'll be
that
able to
sounds
now,
good.
if you shift over to purchasing, you'll be able to start getting 80% on your projects, and that's both for the purchase and for the refurb and costs.
Like a mortgage, something like mortgage,
Well,
or
it's like think of it as a cheap bridge
okay.
that will
Bridging.
cover 80% of your total costs, and then you'll have to refinance and pay back within 18 months.
It was the percentage,
Up to 80%,
No, I
not
mean
just
of the how you say it, the interest. I mean,
the interest. The interest is 8% per annum.
okay.
So that's why I say it's like and the setup fee is about 2.5%. So
Yeah.
it's a cheap bridge, but what's good with it is it will give you 80% loan to value on your total project. Of course, you need to be able to exit on a finance. So you need to get a good
Exactly.
uplift. But that might be something when you take the step from rent to rent over to purchasing.
Yeah.
That this is what we're trying to do all the time for you, right? We're trying to add these new things for you the whole way through.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Good to hear that you have found some good stuff for us again.
So now, what are you guys? What is your focus now forward? What do you think you're going to be doing now? You've built up a great rent-to-rent portfolio. Are you going to continue doing that? Are you doing something else as well? Where are you going?
I'm looking with one more guy from Kent. He's like my second joint venture.
Right.
So now he's like educator, joint venture partner, and all many things together. And I'm looking for terrace houses, which are minimum 3 floors high.
Okay. Yeah.
Then we're going to convert them every floor going to be like a flat, different flats.
All right. So you make it to 3 flats.
Yeah, flats like HMO, I mean not HMO, but for 3 or 4 or more single lets, But
Yeah,
this
it's
is
a block of flats essentially.
exactly. So I'm looking for this, and you have like 2 projects like not going yet, but they're on.
Are these going to be developments or rent-to-rents? Are you actually buying it, or are you rent-to-renting?
Yes, buying.
You're buying them. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's the same as a lot of the students have been doing this up in Morecambe and Manchester and Liverpool, that type of projects. But you're going down right next to London, down in Kent now.
Yeah, actually, mostly in Kent. Yes, there is like 2 properties interested there, like a very sweet projects, but all England. I'm open for all over.
That's super exciting. That's super exciting.
All
So what's the idea then? Are you going to flip these developments? Or are you going to rent them out?
Rent them out.
Rent them out. Keep building the cash flow.
Exactly. Just renting out. Next one, refinance, remortgage, and just continue.
And how are you financing these ones? Are you bringing on investor capital? Are you borrowing? What are you?
It's very mixed. This guy, he gets money. I have some money, saved money from rent to rents. Then I'm borrowing money from angel investors. So it's very like a bread, very.
Yep. Well, this is the puzzle, right? You got the 25 sources of capital and you just put it together with a deal, right?
Yeah, but it's working well. So
awesome.
I'm happy with the way it goes, actually.
Super exciting. And like I said, now we just added another one to the mix. So these might be the type of deals to put on the platform and get 80% of the financing from there.
Absolutely.
So that's super exciting. Well, George, I know you're helping other investors. You're taking a middleman position for other investors as well. So you're actually sourcing some deals now.
Absolutely.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
I'm growing my investor list now. It's like I have like 15 people now, waiting for me, and to bring good deals, and they just buy from us. So we charge £3,000 per deal, like normally. So it's just going, not really speedy. It's like slowly process because I'm also learning about that, but it's going to be really well. And sometimes you have a big deals which are not £3,000, maybe 10,000, 15, 20, who knows, developments. So it can grow a lot, this kind of strategy.
Awesome. Yeah, that's how me and Gisela started out. We started doing our own deals. Then we started sourcing. We ended up sourcing well over 100 property deals before we decided to kind of leave that and just focus on investing and educating. But that's really, really cool. What a journey you guys have had.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to learn more from you or follow your journey or connect with you, how can they reach you?
I have link. I will send you later on the
Yeah.
link which you can just share to them. It's like little websites, and there they can see what I'm doing, and they can fill the form.
Yeah.
To put their emails there, and they will get every week like hot deals coming through.
Perfect. Well, I'll add that for everyone here in the
I'll drop
show
it.
notes. And of course, you're a member in the International Property Investors Facebook group. So if someone wants to connect with you, they can probably find you in the group,
Easy.
right?
I'm active, so like you, I'm very active on Facebook, on
Very
social media, because that's how business is going well when you're active. You have to have active.
100%. Completely agree. Well, George, thank you so much for joining us. This was awesome. Congratulations on this journey you guys have made. 15 deals in 18 months in your first 18 months. I mean, 15 deals in 18 months is impressive whenever it is in your career. And to do it in your first 18 months is awesome. So well done. Congratulations. Everyone, thank you so much for listening. I got some updates for you in a moment, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining us. Isn't that amazing, the journey that George has done? I am so honored to have been a part of that journey, to supported him, and I would love to help you as well. So if you haven't joined our mentorship program yet, you can do so by going to www.getmomentummentor.com. That's www.getmomentummentor.com, and hopefully we can help you reach similar results as George. His journey is truly inspirational, so I hope you feel that energy going in. And I want to recommend you subscribe to the Momentum Investing podcast, because our next episode will be equally inspiring. We actually are joined by Barry Griffith, who is a wrestler who started out in Wales, found himself wrestling for the WWE in the United States, in Florida, moved to Vegas, worked for Cirque du Soleil, and on the way became a property investor, a landlord, and is doing some major developments. His journey is truly inspiring. It takes us all over the world, and it shows what you can do if you have the courage to truly build a property portfolio. Let's follow Barry of how he went from being a wrestler in Little Wales to becoming a superstar on the national stage and doing massive development projects. So stay tuned for our next episode. Please subscribe to the podcast, and I'll see you in a week.